Hi, and welcome to this Virtual Manufacturing Services Programmer Series video on what's new in GibbsCAM version 14. This is the third video in our series, and we're going to be covering what's new in the geometry palette as well as what's new in dimensioning. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to click the geometry palette here and go to my circle menu, and you're going to see a new icon here that is called mouse circle. So let's go ahead and click that. And if I move my mouse out onto the screen, you're going to see that I can place this wherever I want by looking at the grid here. It's going to give me the locations, and if I click here, I can drag the size. Now you'll notice that over in the radius field in here that it's growing by 100 thou because I have a snap grid of 100. If I go to any angle other than the 0, 90, 180, or 270 quadrants, it's going to be, in this case, it's doing 4 and 5 place dimensions. So ideally, if you want to size it easily, drag it on the quadrants and then just click is all there is to it. Now the first one I did from anchored from center. If I go anchor from edge and click here, now you'll notice that I'm anchoring the circle dimension from the edge of the circle rather than the center. Okay, so pretty cool feature. Another thing that they've added in preferences is if I go to edit appearance settings and go to the colors, there's a new option for mouse shape color, so you can change the color of the geometry when you mouse drag. Let's go on to some other new features in the geometry palette. Let's go to the shape menu and let's go to engraving. And we have, this is a really cool feature. You guys are going to love this. If I select this mouse shape button and I've got my engraving text here, look at this. I can place it anywhere I want. I'm just rolling my mouse around or moving my mouse around. And if I click here, I can now size it after the fact. I'll place it right there. And right there. So a really cool feature within version 14 is the ability to place your engraving text wherever you want by using that mouse shape button. Let me undo these. Let's go to shape offset, which is second, and I have a shape already drawn in another work group. So let's go to shape offset. Now this is grayed out until I select the shape. So if I click this and now click the mouse shape button, I can freehand drag either inside or outside, and once again you'll see I have 4 place and 5 place decimals there, but if I go right on a quadrant, I can get an exact size here, or at least snap to whatever the grid size is. So I go ahead and click there and I've committed it. Let's go on to the third one, which is create a rectangle. Let me go back to workgroup 1, go to the shape menu, go rectangle, mouse shape, and I can freehand plop rectangles wherever I want on the screen. You can do the same thing with a polygon. So here we've got a 6-sided polygon. Whether you want the distance to the flat or the corner, I'm going to check mouse shape, click here, size my polygon, and just place it where I want it. Same rules apply. If I go to the quadrants, it's going to be snapped to the grid size. And you can do the same thing with ellipses. So if I turn on this, click here, I can drag an ellipse. So pretty cool feature in version 14 is that mouse shape button. So I'm going to trash all this geometry and hit return here, and let's go back to workgroup 2 where I've got a shape here, and we're going to go into what's new in the dimensioning. So if I click the dimension palette, you're going to notice that there's a lot more dimensions, or a lot more icons on that palette. So all these are pretty standard that we've had before, but one thing I know you're going to like is if, for example, I click alignment here and I want to measure this line here. I click this point, and in the past you would have to commit to it and click here, but now I can just hover my mouse over it and it's going to show me that dimension. And if I really want to keep it there, I can click the control key down and select them both. So same thing with horizontal here. If I go here, see, I can just hover my mouse. And if I want to commit, I would hold my control key down and pick the second point. So if I do that, see, it's going to stay. Let's go to horizontal, vertical, that's all standard stuff. Point, angle, okay. Radius, circle, but there's a couple new angle ones. Is if you want angle to horizontal axis, I can go here, click this button, and it's going to give me the horizontal angle. If I go here, it would be vertical angle. This last one here is multiple dimensions. So if I uncheck this and go point, in the past, if you double click, you'd get all these points all the way around by, if you double click by mistake. You certainly can do that by going multiple dimensions. And now watch, if I double click with point, it's going to give you them all. So we haven't taken that away from you, it's still there. So that's it for this particular video. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks for watching.